All right. Apparently, we had a little bit of a glitchy start yesterday. Thanks to my buddy Laszlo for bringing that to my attention. Coffee in hand. Ready to go this morning. But oh my gosh. I hate having to talk about this every day. Oh, seemingly every day. But it's just remarkable to me. I just don't understand. I mean, we're losing our country. We're literally losing the country. I saw video clips this morning. I was watching on TV, and I saw some protesters from the Charlottesville rally say, what would they do if Trump showed up? And one of them said, murder him. Another one said, drag him through the streets like Gaddafi and then kill him. So those people are being investigated by the Secret Service, as they should be. Then I saw a clip of Chris Cuomo from CNN talking about how violence is wrong according to the law, but if you're doing violence against bigotry, then it's okay. That is, as long as Chris Cuomo's definition of bigotry is what you're using as your guideline. So, as long as the left is able to define who the bigot is, then violence against that bigot is okay. But if the right ever even attempted to define who the bigot was, then violence against that bigot would not be acceptable in any way, shape, or form. I've never seen anything so divisive, so unhinged, so completely off the chain lunatic as some of these left wing responses that we're getting these days. It just blows my mind. It boggles my mind. I do not understand how. Well, I guess I do kind of understand how we got here. I was going to say I don't understand how we got here, but I do kind of understand how we got here. And I think it started many decades ago. Probably in the '60s, with the whole hippie and peace and love movement and whatnot, and I had because those people grew up and they became the ones in power, and then it started back with Clinton in '92. When he won, it's only sex, it's only his personal life, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect his ability to do his job, and that paves the way for a Donald Trump. I mean, nobody thought Donald Trump was an altar boy. I mean, he's been in the public eye for decades. And we've known who he was on a personal level as much as you can from afar, like we would observe him. But I mean, it was never shocking. Anything that he said has never been shocking. And when I came, I've been honest with you guys from the beginning. I was a Ted Cruz guy. I was not a Trump supporter, and I was a very reluctant Trump voter. But I said. At the time, I said, the policies that he's dealing with, the things that were important to me were the Supreme Court, fantastic job there. The regulatory reform, fantastic job there. Lower taxes, unbelievable tax reform there, unbelievable job there. So those are just the key issues in my voting. And I told people at the time, I said, if you implement the corporate tax reform that he's talking about doing, you will see incredible growth in the economy. And I said, you'll see a 5% GDP just on that alone. And we know we're almost there. And people would have said I was crazy at the time for that. But, it just blows my mind how insincere, how disingenuous the left is when they screamed and howled and cried, "Oh my God!" If Donald Trump didn't accept the consequences of the election, and there was going to be blood in the streets and violence and all kinds of crazy stuff. And well, who is it that has a hard time accepting the election? Trump won, and it's the left that's having a hard time accepting it, and beyond a hard time accepting it. And there has been and is blood in the street now, and they're the ones committing the violence, and they're the ones calling for violence, and it's just off the chain, man. It just makes me sad to see what's going on in our country, and one of the worst things about it is what's happening on college campuses. Charlottesville is a beautiful city. I love Charlottesville. I love the UVA area. And it's just such a gorgeous campus, such a beautiful place. And it's just so sad to see the absolute takeover of these institutions of higher learning that by the left. I mean, it's literally to the point of a socialist or almost a communist running of these institutions now, and it's just crazy. I mean, you look at this country is still a center right country. But you wouldn't know it if all you watched is the mainstream media, because all that they're showing you is the screaming loud left. You would think that the entire country is in favor of socialism. And this Ocasio-Cortez gal that got elected up in New York, I believe I read a statistic that every single candidate that she backed in the special election here we just had recently lost. Every single one of them. And I think every single one that Trump backed won. So, this blue wave is supposed to be coming. I just don't see it. I don't see a blue wave coming. I think there's a lot more. There's still, thankfully, at this point, I believe there's still a lot more sanity than insanity. The insanity is louder than the sanity. It's always been a silent majority, the ones who are out there making it happen, getting things done, getting busy, building their businesses, creating jobs, doing that kind of thing, are generally speaking too busy to be in the street protesting. I don't take a few days off to go march and protest because I have a business to run. So it's just mind blowing that they have to come here. Well, not have to be able to get to come here every day and share with you all, or almost every day, as it says in my description, almost every day, and share with you all just what's on my mind, just what's bubbling to the surface for the day, and it's going to be a great week. It's as I write about in my book, and I finished my book in early November, and we were right on the verge of the election. And one of the things I said in there was, in a few days, I forget it was a few days or a few weeks, but we're gonna have an election, and we're gonna have a new president. It's gonna be either Hillary Clinton or it's gonna be Donald Trump. And I said, but the bottom line is, it doesn't really matter to you individually, as far as what we're talking about in the book. What we talk about in the book is how to build a business and how to do that and how to succeed in whatever economy, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter who's sitting behind the Resolute desk at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because you still have to get up every day. You have to go to work every day. You have to do the things. You have to take the steps. You have to put in the effort, put in the work in order to achieve what you want to achieve, in order to build a business, in order to be the best employee. If that's the path you want to take, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to be the best employee you can, if you want to build the best business you can, if you want to be the best, hairstylist you can, if you want to be the best, kickboxing trainer you can, if you want to be the best pastor you can, whatever it is, your chosen vocation is, if you want to be the best at it, there are steps that you need to take, and you have to be out there every day. You have to get busy with it. You have to do the right thing. You have to satisfy your customers, and so you don't have time. You don't have time or the effort or the energy, in some cases, to spend a couple of days out protesting. If you're taking a couple of days off, it's probably to recharge your batteries. And I would recommend a beach somewhere or an island somewhere with your toes in the sand and a drink with an umbrella coming out of it. That would probably go a lot farther to recharging you and getting you back in the right mindset to come back and continue on your journey, whatever that journey is. It's just my morning rant, another edition of TG's morning stream here. I appreciate you guys listening and watching. Do not confuse this with any sort of doom and gloom or a loss of hope, because it's not. I still believe wholeheartedly that this country, America, is the best country in the world. It is the most successful country in the world. Capitalism has lifted more people out of poverty, created more wealth, created more goodwill, created more affluence and joy and love and success in the world than any other system anywhere at any time in any country, anywhere in the world. You can't point to a single instance of socialism or communism that has been successful long term to the degree that capitalism has. It is the only way to do it. It is the best way to do it, and it has proven time and time again over the years. It's been proven numerous times. With that, I will depart from this morning's stream, and I thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I do a live stream. Don't forget to, if you're watching over on YouTube, to YouTube to subscribe and notify, and on Facebook to share and like and heart and all that neat stuff. If you find the video has been of any value to you, share it. Maybe it'll be of value to someone else as well. So got a great day today. Got to meet with the accountants and get the new accounting package dialed in there. And we have our first closing tomorrow on the home that we just sold down in Petersburg. So that's good. I'm going to do a new note on that, get a little cash flow going, and then move on to the next deal. So thanks a bunch, guys. I appreciate you tolerating my little rant this morning, and every morning, or almost every morning, as you do. I appreciate you, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors, whatever your business may be. I thank you for watching, and remember,